guys, Brad M73 here, and we're back with another kind of a catch-up issue of Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon. In this episode, I kind of want to look at the hallway corridors because I want to install them. However, I'm a bit concerned that I'm not going to be able to take the flooring out once I get them in. I've tried to ask around and nobody will answer my question, so I just have to remember which issue was the flooring issue. It's way back here, I think. Let's see, there's the one of them. And where are we? Okay, oh, here we go. So yeah, I wanted to get this out because we've got the corridor here, okay, and it talks about, you know, putting the flooring in. Well, one of the things that I want to do, that I'm still not really done with, is the floor. I want it to have kind of a glossy effect, and so right now it's really flat, and I have some product on order that I'm going to be glossing this up with at a later date, but you know, obviously it's not here yet, but I still want to put in the corridor pads. So I think that if I take these rings out here and I glue in the corridor pads, I think I might be able to unscrew this and actually slide this out. So what I'm going to do, I've got the 6 screws in here, and what I'm going to do is actually unscrew these. And I know that I'm kind of doing this completely backwards, completely backwards, because you know, it took so long to get my airbrush in that I started doing painting and an assembly of like the hold in a completely opposite order of, you know, how it really should be put together and painted and so on. And so you know, the same thing with the hallway. And as I got to painting my hallway, thinking that, oh, I'm going to get this done, I realized I don't really have like any like gloss or semi-gloss coatings that I could use to kind of darken this up a little bit. So what I'm looking at doing, hello, come on now. It's like, there we go. So what I'm actually thinking about doing here is, once I have the pads in, I'll just be able to kind of slide this piece around, and it looks like I probably will be able to do that. And then once I can repaint this piece, I'll just slide this back in and then glue it into place. So I tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to get started with this. And where's the sprue? Where is gonna sprue all over you? Oh, there it is. Okay. So we have the sprue. And again, this is from issue 17, where I've got all the pads. And there's actually kind of like a part in the pad right here that's really not ideal, I think. It's kind of like a scratch. I don't even know how to really describe it. So it wants me to start cutting these pieces out. So where is my sprue cutter? My table's kind of a mess. Oh, hopefully you guys are seeing all this. There we go. I'm going to actually set this down on my lap. And I've got a power cord down here. Make sure I rip everything off. So I'm going to cut those off. I'm going to also do the next one, since they're kind of done right, you know, back to back. And so we'll go ahead, and I've got my kind of like my outwardly beveled file here, since it's a curved surface. I'm just kind of rocking this back and forth. And looks pretty good. Maybe give it a little bit more of a... Okay. That end is complete. And again, I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure on this. Okay, so I think this actually is going to fit like right here, right? Yes. And I mean, that sucker is like right there on the base. So I kind of have to make sure that if I pull this out, that, you know, it's actually going to fit back in here again. And I think that it probably will. The pads actually don't shift around as much as I kind of thought it would. Now there it kind of does when I have the floor out, but it's not really too bad. But there's kind of a little defect here which is kind of bugging me. And so I want to see if I can wipe that or clean that up a little bit. So I'm going to pull out my isopropyl alcohol and I'm going to just get a little piece of paper towel and hopefully, it's a little bit too much, but it'll evaporate pretty quick. So yeah, I can actually clean that up, bam, right like that, and done. So now I can put my own weathering on there, and it'll probably look even better. So that kind of washed the pad almost completely clean. Yeah, I probably didn't mean to do that much weathering on it. Okay. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going to start out doing first is I'm actually going to set the flooring piece in there. Now I don't have to worry about this hallway rocking or anything like that because the curvature of the hall means that it's going to be stable. It's kind of like its own little, not really a tripod, but you know, it's just that curve makes it stable. So we need something to put some super glue on. So again, I have my little piece of cardboard there from issue 18. And hopefully my super glue, I left the super glue out the other night with the cap off. Oh, good. Got plenty of glue. Yeah, I left the cap off, and I was like, oops. Actually, I wasn't like, oops. I probably said some things other than oops. So I'm just going to put super glue in the two slots here. Okay. Now, worst case scenario is if I can't remove this hallway flooring, I can always kind of mask this piece off and just, you know, hand paint it. I don't think it's going to be that much of a deal. So I'll let that sit and dry. We'll move on to this next piece, which this is kind of more of a flatter piece on the ends. Hopefully I'm getting these in. Sorry, guys. Let me see if I can move my tripod around just a tad. My desk is kind of a mess right now because, well, I haven't really been good at cleaning it and keeping my workspace. I don't have a whole lot of room to work with, unfortunately. I wish I had more space. I'm actually in my computer room at the moment. And, yeah. Okay. Back of this piece kind of needs to be done there. Okay. And you know, you just want to make sure that you've got like all the burrs and everything the burrs and the edges off as best you can. Okay. Now the next piece has like a notch on only half, and that's actually the top half is where you want that notch to be, and it's essentially going to line up directly with the top of this. So pretty easy to do. We'll grab some super glue and just kind of put it down in that notch there. Put some more in the other notch. And I'm just going to kind of get a little bit of glue and kind of put it up against the wall here. Just like that. So now we'll set this in here and making sure to glue myself to the piece. All right. So now we've got that, and let's see. So far, so good on taking the flooring out. Okay. Now we have to, wait a second. Oh, no, we want to put this piece in down here. And that is going to be, looks like it's trim 1, cushion 6. Doesn't really say. Oh, there's different cushions. So this is 1706. So I guess that means it's issue 17, part number 6. But it's showing us cutting this piece off right here. Right here. I'm not so worried about these cushions being perfect at the ends, because we're going to have the little pieces on either side. Doesn't really, okay. I think it's going to go right like that. Okay, and it looks like it is. Issue 9. Okay. Wow, it's in there so good, I don't even have to do anything. It's like, it's glued in place already. Yay. Okay, we're going to need more glue. Okay. Let's go ahead and put the floor back in. Just to kind of help align this piece, I guess. And there we go. Whoops. I don't want that to slide out. This one actually seems like it's raised up a little bit further. Now, I don't have a piece. Oh, wait a second. Maybe the next pieces actually go up into the top half. All right, so now we have to circle this around, trim one of the 9 cushions off, which is going to be these 2. And it's showing us to trim this one off. So I shall do that. Just give them a quick sand here. And again, there's kind of like a teardrop shape. That's the part I believe that you want on the bottom. So that's going to go like this, right on there. All right, okay. Okay, I am a bit concerned about how high up this one is. I mean, it looks like it's fitting in. It fit in there okay, but it's still pretty high up compared to how these other pieces are. Okay, last piece. Let's see. Fit it into the. Okay, so trim cushion 13, which is going to be this one right here. All right, sorry about that, guys. We kind of had a big interruption there where my camera filled up with the memory was full, so it stopped recording. So I had to take quite a long break, copy off all the video that I needed. Unfortunately, I didn't notice it until quite some time later. So actually, we already have all of the pads in, except for one. So we've got the ones on the top as well. Now, the last pad here, I've noted that it doesn't fit like perfectly in here on this side. And I actually had some problems. I had to remove this pad because it actually set up way too high. So I had to pop this pad back off with an X-Acto knife. So then what I ended up doing was I put the top pad in here. I put the top pad in. I aligned the middle pad with the top pad to make sure that it would fit okay. Closed it up. I closed. Come on now. Come on now. Let's get this back in together. There we go. I closed all this up. That side still doesn't want to do it. Okay, like this. And then I, essentially set the middle pad in, and, hopefully you guys can see that all right. If not, I will zoom in. So I was essentially setting this middle pad using that for the spacing for the bottom pad. So now, I just happened to look up at my camera, 2 hours ago or so when I was actually recording, or an hour and a half ago, and noticed that was going to be in the wrong position. So I, went through, measured everything out, thinking that I was recording, and unfortunately I wasn't. So, but I just wanted to come back, show you guys how that was progressing, and so we'll pop that off, the top piece off there, and I'm just going to pull this out. I'm going to put some glue down here again. There we go. And with the floor in there, I want the kind of circular part, not the sharp part. And if you look, hopefully, I don't know if you can really see, the top part has like a sharp point to it. The bottom part is a little bit more circular, and so you want the circular part to be, towards the flooring of the piece here, or the floor. You want the circular part, and you want the kind of the more flatter bladed. I'm going to say bladed because that just makes more sense to me, towards the top. All right, so we've got that in. Now it's going to set. Now, for testing purposes, I am actually going to just insert these rings. And I don't know if my joke got in there about the clean pad here, but I'd say, if in case you missed it, because I don't know exactly what part got cut out. I said I had a great idea for this clean pad because I used the isopropyl alcohol to kind of clean off some of the imperfections of the original wash. I said, well, this is the area where, that was always open. It had all the pipes and wires and things hanging out of it. And I said, Han Solo actually repaired that part and, replaced it with a new pad while he was doing it. So, yeah, that's so not funny anymore. Okay, anyway, let's get all this snapped back together. That is looking really cool there. That actually looks, like this is how it's supposed to look. in other words. So, awesome. All right, so I'm going to put the end ring on, and I think my next episode is episode 21 here. And so I think that we're going to be putting... Uh-oh, I don't want to lose my screws here. I think we're going to be putting the hallway pads in for this as well. So like I did here, I want to make sure that the hallway, the flooring is actually removable, which I think it is. I think I'll actually be able to pull it out this way without a problem. So, because I want to put like kind of a glaze, like a wet effect to kind of make the floor look more like, you know, it's like it's shiny, you know, like it did in, or like it does on the film. So yeah. Anyway, that's a little backtracking there, and we'll come back with whatever the next episode is. Again, I appreciate all you guys who watch, and thank you for all your support, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.